Okay, I want to show you a couple of things that you can do with AI. You need to be using AI, all right? AI is not going to replace you as a coach. This is going to make you smarter. One of the areas, so I've put together a couple of AI resources down in the description. You can click the links. These are amazing. I give you all the tools you need to do some very, very cool stuff. This dashboard, I'm going to show you a couple of these things. This dashboard I built, I don't know how to code, with a prompt in about 5 minutes on ChatGPT. I give you the prompt. In that resource, I give you the prompts to build offensive dashboard, defensive dashboard, self-scout dashboards. I give you the prompts that you need to be able to build your own custom analyst. So here's how this started. I worked with some coaches over the last year, NFL, high school, college coaches, guys at the highest level of ball, to help them be able to use AI to look a little deeper in their analytics. And it was awesome. All right. It was great. I built them some custom analysts they could use. That was great. And then I was helping guys build dashboards, and I realized they don't need me to build a dashboard. And when I build the dashboard, then I got to maintain it. And I really can't take care of more than a few of those at one time, but you can take care of your own. And I'm going to show you how to do it. This dashboard, I'm going to show you how to do. All right. So in that resource, in that AI resource that I have, I give you everything you need, cut and paste, detailed prompts, the instructions, everything, just cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste, all the training documents, everything you need, cut and paste. All right, we're going to start off here. I'm going to start off right here. Okay, this is a custom analyst. So this is an example of an analyst to break down offenses. So I've got, remember, defensive resource for defensive coaches to break down offenses and self-scout. Offensive resource for offensive coaches to break down defenses and self-scout. All right. And then if you're a head coach, you can just buy the bundle. Okay. So you can link, those are linked down below. For a limited time, I got a special. All right. So take advantage of that. Don't wait. But here we go. So we're looking at an opponent right now. This is an analyst. So I give you the instructions to build this custom analyst, this custom ChatGPT analyst. I also show you how to do it. I give you everything you need for Gemini, for Microsoft Copilot, because a lot of you, whatever school you work for, or even some of you that maybe work for a business, your business pays for some ecosystem that includes access to that. All right. So I give you everything you need for the analyst. We take the data. Okay. How does this work? You're going to take the Excel file, the data, click export from your video program, and then you're going to import it into here. One click. I click, boom, upload, bang, it's done. About a minute and a half later, 2 minutes, 20 seconds, it gives me the report based on the instructions. So whatever you want to see, you can copy and paste what I have, or you can tweak it. All right, so you can see here, let's look at this. What are they doing in 10 personnel? What are they doing in 11 personnel, 12 personnel, et cetera, et cetera? What do they do on down and distance? All right. I can ask it questions. I can say, what do you do on 1st and 10, in the red zone? Pretty cool. All right. Here's the other thing. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to say, hang on, I'll show you that in a minute. All right. Here's another example. Same thing. Agent and Magica. All right. Looking at a team. All right. Again, I give you all the instructions for this. Here we're looking at a defense. So for offensive coordinators, I want to know what the defense does. All right. So here we go. What do? They're over, under, split, and a little bit of bear and tight. So I know we've got over and under and then some split. And then I'm going to look at what blitzes they bring, whatever you call them. All right. How many blitzers they bring. What coverages do they play? Well, I know this is a middle closed coverage team for the most part. And then I can go through and I can say, okay, what coverage do they play with each pressure and all that? Where do they bring it from? So all that information in here, it's pretty awesome. All right. So whether you're an offense coordinator or defensive coordinator, this gives you the data you want to see to be able to say, okay, how much better of a play caller are you if you know it's going to be cover 3? Now I know I got to call cover 3 beater, or if you know it's going to be man. So you're not calling a zone beater and you go, crap, they come out in man coverage. You should know that as a coach. All right. You should know that. So anyway, I give you in that resource, I give you the prompts, I give you the knowledge base, I give you the tested, the training data, upload it. It takes literally 3 minutes. Worked with a coach this morning, non-technical, old school guy in his 70s, early 70s. has been coaching for 45 years. All right. Has coached at the college level, NFL level. Now he's coaching at a high school with his grandson. And he's not really into data, walked him through how to do this. Now he loves the data. He doesn't like to find it, but he's kind of got on his own, got to do it. And he goes in and bam. It took us 3 minutes. He set up. Had another coach who's a little more technically savvy who said this is the greatest thing he's ever had. So he was using the analysts that I created. That was fine. But I had a lot of coaches reach out and say, man, I wish I could make my own. Wish I knew how to do it. So I gave you everything you need. All right, now let's get to the next level. So that's one level. All right, and I give you all this in the resource. All right, what if I want to build a dashboard? I can pay someone $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a year and use their dashboard, or I can build my own. But coach, I don't know how to code. Coach Vint, I don't know how to code. I don't either. This is called vibe coding. This is on ChatGPT. And all I did was tell it what to do. Now, here's the thing. In the resource down below, I give you the prompt. I give you the prompts. Now, you have to have a paid account to have enough credits to be able to do this, $20 a month. So instead of spending $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 to pay someone to make you a dashboard, invest $20 a month on ChatGPT or $99 a year on Magica. Love Magica. And then you can go in and do all this. All right. So this is on ChatGPT. And right now, what are we looking at? We're looking at, this is for an OC, looking at a defense. What do they do on possession and 10? I probably don't have that labeled in here. What do they do on 1st and 10? Here we go. Oh, I'm on goal line. That's why. All right. Possession and 10. All right. So all plays, all field zone possession and 10. We know they're a 4-man front team, 4-man pressure, predominantly cover 3, a little bit of cover 4. Okay. We're calling a zone beater. Maybe find out what's the situation where maybe they call, a little bit more man, and maybe that's in the red zone. Maybe it's in 4-down territory when a drive starts, but we're going to find those tendencies. Here we go. 3-down territory. That's when they occasionally call man. If I go to 4-down territory, it's all cover 3. All right. If I'm backed up, we're going to get cover 3. We know we're getting zone. All right. So anyway, that's a dashboard we built. And of course we could click on all these different things, and that's cool, right? All right. Now let's go to the next one. I built this on something called Lovable. All right. Again, I give you the prompt. This is a one-shot prompt. Didn't cost any money. All right. Now with Lovable, with Replit, with Base 44, I give you the prompt so you can build stuff close to for free. But sometimes when you start iterating and telling it what you want, and sometimes it screws up and doesn't give it to you the way you tell it to. All right. You end up having to spend a little money on credits, but would it be worth $5 or $10 of credits to have a dashboard like this? All right. So now we're looking at an opponent's offense, and I can go in and say, okay, what do they do by field? And this is just kind of a basic one where I want to see it. I can click in and look at things. All right. But I kind of just want an overview here. Maybe I want to click at what they do by formation. All right. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. This is a lovable dashboard for offensive coordinators to look at a defense. All right. So again, we were looking at where they bring pressure from, but same thing. Now I get this one I did visuals. I give you the prompts. All right. I'm going to give you prompts to use these things. All right. Here's a Magica dashboard. Hey, this team only use 3 personnel groups, but I want to show you this. Once you build your dashboard, okay, well, I want to upload some new data. I want to look at a different team. All right. Who do I want to look at? Well, let me get down here and let me pull up one of these teams that I have up here. All right. So let's go with this one. I don't even know what the data is going to look like, but here we go. All right. So let me get up here. All personnel. Okay. 46% run, 54% pass. All right. We can get their kind of what they're going to do by formation. All right. And this is giving us some predictions. And again, you can tell this. I give you the prompt. All right. You can tell it what you want it to do. So after a earned first down, all right, you can see we're 50% run. And I built this dashboard tonight in literally 5 minutes. All right. So again, just give me a look. You can create this, use the prompt I give you, then change it. All right. And this is some film on Coach from San Diego sent me. So Coach Hines, he may have been playing you. All right. Coach out in California sent that to me. All right. So here we go. All right. We already looked at those. We looked at that. All right, here we go. Chat GPT. We vibe coded a dashboard to break down defenses. All right. And again, you can see I can look at what their run pass percentages are, what their top plays are. And then I can go in here and click into this a little bit. All right. So I can look at what they do at each formation. And then I can say, well, what about 10 personnel? What formations are they going to be in 11 personnel? All right. What about 12? What are the top formations? And then what are the runs that they're going to run from here? And I can look at all this information and I can say, okay, well, let me look at it by field zone. How does that change things? So this dashboard, I give you the prompt. You enter the prompt and it builds you the dashboard. All right. And then you adjust it, of course, for what you want to see. All right, here's another dashboard that I built. This was on Magica. And again, we're looking, this is an offense coordinator to be able to look at a defense. And you go in and say, well, what do they do on 1st and 10? What do they do on 2nd short? What do they do on 3rd and long? All right. Oh, look at this, boundary pressure. 5-man rush. 81% of the time, we're going to get 5-man pressure from the boundary. Now I know what plays. I know I've got my menu is about 3 things that we have that's really good. So now instead of picking from 60 plays, you're picking from the 3 or 4 best things. How much better of a play caller can you be? All right. So pretty awesome. Now let me show you this. I want to show you this because this is pretty cool. You can talk to your analyst. So with the analyst, and again, I give you everything you need to get up and running in just within 5 minutes, you're up and running. But I want to ask this analyst a question. When do they tend to take shots down the field?
They lean toward deep shots on early downs, especially on 1st and 10. And they do pass in that situation. They often target vertical concepts like fades or deep routes. You'll also see them take shots on 2nd and long, so if they're behind the chains, they may try to push the ball downfield. In short, early downs, especially 1st down or 2nd and long, are their prime shot moments.
Are there certain personnel groups where they're going to take a shot down the field or formations?
Yes, they tend to take shots when they're in 10 personnel, 1 back, no tight ends, or when they're using empty formations. In 10 personnel, they lean more toward passing overall, and that's where you often see vertical concepts like slot fade or go flat. Empty sets where they spread out with no backs in the backfield are another strong indicator that a shot play might be coming. So watch for those personnel groupings if you're expecting a deep ball.
What is their top run play?
Their top run play is the GT counter. It shows up more than any other run concept in their data. They lean on it as part of their inside run identity, and it's a staple.
So anyway, you can talk to it, ask it questions. It's like having someone on staff. This allows you to look a little bit deeper into the data. Using those analysts gives you really superhuman capability because, and using these dashboards, because when we normally look at reports, we're looking at so many different places and we're having to try to figure out, okay, well, if they're in this, this, and this, now you can just click it all in one place. All right. So again, if you want the prompts to be able to do this, you can go do it yourself, trial and error, or if you want the prompts where I've already screwed it up enough and spent a bunch of money trying to build this stuff that now I can give you some prompts that work pretty well. Get those resources down below. And it's more than just how to build an analyst and how to build dashboards. I talk about how you can use AI to build scouting report slides real quick and some of the other ways that you can use this. And again, we're just scratching the surface. But there's a resource for offensive coaches, a resource for defensive coaches, and then I've got the bundled version for head coaches. There is also a discount code down in the description you can use. I highly recommend you take a look at this. I have not had one coach say, I wish I wouldn't have got this. This was such a waste. Every coach that's got it has said, you should have charged way more money. I had a coach tell me this, he would have spent $1,000 for this. And it's not $1,000. It's $77 for the offense, $77 for the defense, $137. All right, $137 for the package of both. And then there's a little discount code, and that discount will go for just a little while here. So use those until they're gone. But I highly recommend you take a look at this. And again, how cool is it that you could take and build your own dashboard that looks like this. How much better of a play caller are you going to be on offense if you know when they're bringing pressure and where they're bringing it from, what coverage they're going to play? How much better of a play caller are you going to be on defense when you know what they're going to do on, first and 10 in 10 personnel? And you can get an idea of now, instead of saying they run 700 different plays, hey, in this situation, we're getting this, or this. I can call a lot better play. Hey, we're getting one of these three things. Hey, we're getting something from this play family or this play family. I can make a lot better play call. All right. So click that link down below to get access to this. Whether you get it or not, you need to be using AI or you are going to be left behind. Your opponent's going to use it. They're going to uncover a lot of information about you. You might as well take and use this resource. This does not mean you're a bad coach or you're a lazy coach. It means you're going to get your data faster, more efficient, and you're going to be able to look a lot deeper and be a lot more prepared. All right. So I wish you guys the best. And again, use those links down below, by the way, like and subscribe.